Union Home Minister Amit Shah, he held a meeting with the chief ministers of 8 northeastern states in Guwahati in order to review the implementation of the new criminal laws, that is the Bharatiya Nyaya Sanhita. Mr. Shah held the meeting with the chief ministers in Guwahati. In fact, they reviewed the implementation there. Apart from the chief ministers of 7 northeastern states, Governor of Manipur, A.K. Bhalla, also attended this meeting. Manipur, remember, is under President's rule since last month. In fact, the Union Home Minister, he in fact posted on his social media saying that he reviewed the progress in the implementation of the 3 new criminal laws in the Northeast along with the chief ministers, the Governor of Manipur and senior officials in Guwahati in Assam. He also directed to monitor the progress and instructed the police forces to focus more on securing the rights of the citizens. He also says that I also released the book New Criminal Laws, Standard Operating Procedures and Rules, which is published by the CID in Assam.
Union Home Minister Amit Shah, who was on a 3-day visit to Northeast, has wrapped up his visit with a very crucial closed-door meeting with the chief ministers of Northeast, 7 chief ministers of 7 northeastern states, and the governor of Manipur, Mr. A.K. Bhalla, where President rule is imposed at this moment, have attended this meeting. In this meeting, there were deliberations on the status and implementation of the 3 new laws. The 3 new laws, criminal laws, have been reviewed, and each of the state has got opportunity to present its status, and also on case-to-case basis, state-to-state basis discussion took place in terms of what are the issues that are coming in the way in terms of law and order, as well as the implementation of the BNS. Remember, there has been focus in this meeting particularly on the areas in each of the states which are border areas. Remember, Northeast shared borders with several countries, and at this moment the focus has been on the Myanmar and Bangladesh border, and therefore discussions have taken place in terms of the implementation of the laws in those areas as well. Also, the Manipur governor A.K. Bhalla was there, so there was interaction with the Manipur governor as well on the situation in Manipur. So overall, Amit Shah, who had visited Upper Assam's Dergaon and then to Aizawl in Mizoram, and today in Kokrajhar in Bodoland region, where he promised the people of the Bodoland region that all the commitment made by center in the BTR record of 2020 that had brought sustained peace in Bodoland will be fulfilled by the government. With this assurance, Union Home Minister has wrapped up his visit to Northeast and have left for New Delhi.
Meanwhile, before this crucial meeting, the Union Home Minister Amit Shah, he also interacted with the Bodo students' body. Listen in.
मुझे याद है 27 जनवरी 2020 को जब बीटीआर शांति समझौते पर हस्ताक्षर हुए, एक कांग्रेस पार्टी मेरा मजाक उड़ाती थी कि सब लोग रुक गए, ये बोडोलैंड में शांति नहीं होगी और ये समझौता मजाक हो जाएगा। भाइयों बहनों, आज समझौते की 82% शर्तों को आसाम सरकार और दिल्ली सरकार ने समाप्त कर दिया है, समाप्त कर दिया। और मैं आज आपको बताकर जाता हूं कि अगले 2 साल में समझौते का 100% क्रियान्वयन नरेंद्र मोदी जी के नेतृत्व में भारत सरकार कर देगी।
A debate has emerged over the use of the rupee symbol in language. Tamil Nadu Chief Minister M.K. Stalin, he has provided the reasoning behind replacing the rupee symbol. He says that it aims to highlight a firm stance on language policy. The BJP, in the meanwhile, has criticized Stalin for his inconsistency in the approach and questioned his apparent hostility towards Hindi.
Budget லோகாவை வெளியிட்டிருந்தேன். மொழிக் கொள்கையில் நாம் எந்த அளவுக்கு உறுதியாக இருக்கோம்னு காட்ட அதில் ரூன்னு வச்சுருந்தோம், அவ்வளவுதான். ஆனால் தமிழை பிடிக்காதவங்க அதை பெரிய நியூஸ் ஆக்கிட்டாங்க. தமிழ்நாடு சார்பாக 100 கோரிக்கை வச்சுருப்பேன், அதுக்கெல்லாம் பதில் பேசாத ஒன்றிய நிதியமைச்சர் இதை பற்றி பேசியிருக்காங்க. அவங்களே பல பதிவுகளில் ரூனு தான் போட்டிருக்காங்க. ஆங்கிலத்துலேயும் எல்லாரும் ருப்பீஸை சிம்பிளாக ஆர்எஸ்ன்னு தான் எழுதுவாங்க. அதெல்லாம் பிரச்சனையாக தெரியாதவங்களுக்கு இதுதான் பிரச்சனையாக தெரியுது போல். மொத்தத்தில் இந்திய அளவில் நம்ம பட்ஜெட்டும் இட்டு தமிழும் இட்டு.
Delhi is set to launch a comprehensive campaign to tackle air pollution with a focus on making the entire ring road dust-free. To achieve this, special directives have been issued to the Municipal Corporation of Delhi and the Public Works Department, that is the PWD, to run a dedicated campaign. Now, several initiatives are planned, including roadside revamp, repairing central verges and planting trees along the roadside to reduce dust and pollution, traffic management, removing congestion during traffic movement on approximately 250 roads in Delhi to minimize idling vehicles and reduce emissions. Real-time monitoring, implementing real-time monitoring of public buses and enforcing a route rationalization plan to optimize bus routes and reduce pollution, and strict emissions check, conducting strict pollution under control, that is PUC checks, to ensure vehicles meet emission standards. The Delhi government has emphasized that making the city clean and pollution-free is its top priority. Telangana Chief Minister Revanth Reddy has firmly condemned the abusive language and harmful behavior on social media. In his speech in the Assembly, Chief Minister Reddy expressed concerns over inappropriate posts concerning women and children, warning that strict action would be taken against those who overstep the bounds of decency. He in fact even went on to say that violators will be stripped and paraded. Because of his remark, the BJP has hit out at the Chief Minister Revanth Reddy, saying that a Chief Minister must not make such statements.
జర్నలిస్ట్ కాడు, జర్నలిస్ట్ గానోని క్రిమినల్ కిందనే చూస్తాము. ఆ క్రిమినల్స్ని ఎట్లా జవాబు చెప్పాలనో గట్లనే చెప్తాం. ముసుగేసుకొని వస్తే ముసుగు ఊడవికి బట్టలు గుడ్డలు ఊడదీసి కొడతా అని చెప్తున్నా. నేను తమాషా చేయొద్దు, అన్ని చట్టపరంగానే చేస్తా. చట్టాన్ని పరిధి నేను దాటను. ప్రతిదానికి ఒక శిక్ష, ఒక విధానం ఉంది. ఏది కూడా పరిధి దాటను, ఎందుకంటే నేను ముఖ్యమంత్రిని. చట్ట పరిధిలోనే అన్ని శిక్షలు ఉంటాయి. జర్నలిస్టులకు కూడా నా సూచన, ఎవరు జర్నలిస్ట్
రేవంత్ రెడ్డి గారు మార్చారు. కేసీఆర్ గారు తెలంగాణ జాతిపితగా పేరు తెచ్చుకుంటే రేవంత్ రెడ్డి గారు బూతు పితగా పేరు తెచ్చుకున్నారు. బూతులు మాట్లాడింది బహుశా ఆయనకు బువ్వ లోపలికి పోదు కావచ్చు. నోరిప్పితే బూతులే. మేము డేటాను నమ్ముకుంటే ఆయన డర్టీని నమ్ముకున్నారు. మేము ఎప్పుడు మాట్లాడినా ఆధారాలతో మాట్లాడతాం, సాక్ష్యాలతో మాట్లాడతాం. కానీ బట్టగాల్చి మీదేసే రకం రేవంత్ రెడ్డి.
कांग्रेस के नेता की कैसी भाषा है, ये मुख्यमंत्री की भाषा होती है। कांग्रेस पार्टी ने इमरजेंसी में तो पत्रकारों पर जुल्म किया था, और अभी एक राज्य तेलंगाना में हुकूमत क्या मिली, वो कह रहे हैं कि इसको नंगा करके दौड़ाएंगे। खुद नंगी हो जाएगी कांग्रेस।
The Prime Minister of New Zealand, Christopher Luxon, he has arrived in India for a 5-day visit. He was received by Union Minister S.P. Baghel. Upon his arrival, New Zealand Prime Minister Luxon has posted on social media stating that India is hugely important for New Zealand and provides great economic opportunity. The Kiwi Prime Minister met with the External Affairs Minister as well, after which the External Affairs Minister, Dr. S. Jayashankar, he posted saying that he appreciated Luxon's commitment to further deepening India and New Zealand's long-standing ties. Now, Piyush Goyal, he met the New Zealand Trade Minister, and both the countries have announced negotiations for FTA. Meanwhile, Prime Minister Modi and Prime Minister Luxon, they are likely to hold talks on the 17th of March in order to discuss the ties between the two nations. Mr. Luxon will also meet President Draupadi Murmu on the same day. This is in fact Mr. Luxon's first visit to India. After New Delhi, he will head to Mumbai before returning to Wellington on 20th of March. My colleague Mohammad Ghazali has more details.
New Zealand Prime Minister Christopher Luxon is on a 5-day visit to India. He's also going to inaugurate the Raisina Dialogue, one of the flagship programs by MEA and another think tank in India. But what is more important is that he's going to meet the Prime Minister of India, Narendra Modi, today. And today he also met Foreign Affairs Minister Mr. Jaishankar. But what is the most important and significant part of this visit is that both the countries have now announced that they are going to resume the free trade agreement talks, or the FTA talks. And in the last two and a half months in 2025, we have seen India resuming its talks on FTA with different countries. It was UK Trade Minister who was here last month. He spoke about that India and UK are going to resume FTA. We had the EU Commission President who was here for an official visit, and she announced that by the end of this year, India and EU can finalize or seal the deal on FTA. And now we have New Zealand Prime Minister talking about resuming FTA, which has been going on for the last 1 decade or so. What is more important is that in this particular deal, why most of the Western countries are now looking towards India for FTA is due to the fact that how US President Donald Trump has been isolating many Western countries, issuing threats about reciprocal tariff or imposing higher tariffs on those countries. And amid all this, we have seen many European countries showing, or the Western countries showing kind of interest towards moving or sort of engaging into FTA or an agreement on FTA with India. New Zealand adds to the new list. New Zealand is a new country to the list. But besides that, New Zealand also have a huge Indian diaspora, and with the Prime Minister, there is a huge business delegation which has come in with ministers, business people, and also renowned Indian Kiwi people or Indian people, Indian origin people who are based in New Zealand. Tomorrow, we are going to see the Prime Minister of India meeting with his counterpart before inaugurating the Raisina dialogue. There are going to be talks on FTA. Also, India and New Zealand are going to sign key MOUs. MOUs are going to be exchanged in different sectors because it is going to be in space technology, in AI, emerging technologies, in other sectors, in energy sector. So multiple MOUs are going to be exchanged between the two countries. And what is more important besides trade ties and investment is, which New Zealand obviously looks to deepen with India, is the issue of security. New Zealand is based in the Pacific Ocean region, and it has observed Chinese growing influence in the region by China having some secret pacts and talks with the Cook Island, a nation of group of islands there in the Pacific Ocean. And Chinese influence rising be it in Indian Ocean, Pacific Ocean is always a threat, and New Zealand also looks to India for the support to ward off any threat of China or rising influence of China in the Pacific Ocean. So beside trade ties and investment, it is expected that talks will also focus on security, maritime security in the Pacific Ocean.
A roadside bomb blast on a bus carrying security forces in the Pakistani province of Balochistan has claimed 5 lives, including 3 soldiers. The Pakistan military's media wing, ISPR, in a statement said that a vehicle-borne suicide bomber exploded himself on a security forces convoy in Nushki district. The statement further said that 3 terrorists were effectively neutralized by the security forces. The Balochistan Liberation Army, or the BLA, has claimed responsibility for this attack. In fact, this attack comes less than a week after a deadly train hijacking incident took place in the southwestern province. At least 59 people have been killed and more than 155 have been injured in a nightclub fire in North Macedonia. This is what the officials have said. The fire broke out at around 1:30 GMT at the Pulse Club in Kokani, a town around 100 kilometers east of the capital, where 1,500 people were attending a concert by DNK, a popular hip-hop duo in the country. The Prime Minister has called it a difficult and very sad day for the country, which has lost many young lives. The Trump administration has transferred hundreds of immigrants to El Salvador, despite a federal judge's order temporarily barring the deportations under an 18th century wartime declaration that is targeting Venezuelan gang members. U.S. District Judge issued an order Saturday evening blocking the deportations, but the lawyers told him there were already 2 planes with migrants in the air, one headed for El Salvador and other for Honduras. Boasberg verbally ordered the planes to be turned around, but they apparently were not and did not include the directive in his written order.